Hello everyone, thanks once again for tuning in to the channel. Today we are taking a look at the 1/6 scale figure of Lobo. This figure was actually released a few years ago, and I've been wanting him for a while because this is really the only good looking Lobo figure that's out there. And so yeah, I've been kind of waiting for it. I finally was able to find someone who was selling at a good price. So this is also the exclusive one, and we'll get into further details about that. So let's go ahead and jump right into the unboxing of the figure, which is pretty funny. He definitely doesn't come with it, but you can see he has the space dolphins that he has along with him, and his trusty dog. And here we have the figure. So comes pretty good. He's actually a pretty big guy, and I mean I honestly knew a little bit about him. I mean he's a pretty cool looking character to me. He's a funny character. I actually became a fan of Lobo when I saw the Marvel versus DC comic. And in that comic they had Lobo fighting Wolverine. So that was the first time I was kind of introduced to the character, and I just thought that, first of all, the attitude of Lobo just completely matched the attitude of Wolverine, and so he's just been a really cool character to me ever since. So this is the detail of it. This is actually a pretty cool outfit that he has on. It's tailored really well. That's one thing about Sideshow. They do a really good job when it comes to tailoring of their figures and stuff. But as you can see, he has all the detail in that chest there. As you can see, there's no line for any kind of ab crunch or anything like that. He does kind of move a little bit, but because this is like one molded piece, and they didn't want to show, all the details or lose details as a result of separating the body or the torso. So it's there, but you can kind of feel there's something underneath there, so it kind of gives a bit of an ab crunch, but it's just because this is all one molded piece, it doesn't allow for the details in it. But that head sculpt is really cool. I think Sideshow did a really good job on that sculpt. So we have his different hands. He has these fists, but let's take a look at the other accessories that he comes with, which will show the exclusive piece. Let me see, can he stand? He can stand a little bit. So here's all the accessories that Lobo comes with. We'll start off with the stand. I think this is actually a really good stand that they have with him as far as the base is concerned, because now they don't do this kind of stuff anymore. Now you just get this plain black display. There's nothing on it, and it's just really kind of, I don't know, it's just very generic. But when you have stuff like this, and they did the same thing for a few other figures, it kind of adds to the character. So I appreciate this kind of stuff, and I don't know why they stopped. But I would say if they ever decide to go back to that, I think it's a smart move to go back to design these. So we have that, and then this is just a random card. There's really nothing on the back or anything, but it's just a card that you can use to just place randomly. It's supposed to be like a menu, and it's supposed to be like, this is supposed to be like the floor of a diner, and then that's just a burned, messed up menu that is on there. So you just place it randomly anywhere on there. This is the gun that he comes with. It's some pretty good detail in it. I will say that I did try it a little bit, and the hands, I don't know, it just felt kind of weird. I'll show you. So these are the two hands that you get with the figure, and you can see the paint job on it. It looks really well. These are the hands. I mean, you can kind of put the gun in either one of these hands. However, the issue that we ran into is that when it comes to where the finger goes for the trigger, as you can see, it kind of looks okay from this end, but when you flip it over to the other side, it almost like his finger can't really fit inside the spot where the trigger goes. So I tried the same thing for the other side, and it looks okay from far away, but it just looks a little weird up close, because it just looked like his fingers just don't fit inside the spot for the trigger. But it fits nicely in the holster. So you have these, and then you have the hand for holding his hook, which, as you can see, this is the hook that comes with. I mean, the detail on it looks, it looks pretty decent, but I don't know. You could just see sometimes some paint jobs on certain things, you could just see where they just kind of just brushed it, like they just went over, like, yeah, this is our weathering. And when they do stuff like this, just depending upon the paint job, sometimes it does not look weathered. It just looks like it was painted. And that's what this looks like. It doesn't really look like it was weathered. It looked like it was they just brushed paint on it, and that's the look that you get. There is a little hook down here because you can add the chain to it, which there is a cool thing about the chain. The chain is metal. And the reason for that is when you bring it over to the hand, it's actually magnetic on there. So you can wrap it around the arm and it will stay. I don't know, it looks a little blurry for that, but you can see anywhere you put the chain on there, when you wrap it around, it will stay on the forearm and it'll hold in place. So that's a nice touch to it, that it is magnetic. And as for the exclusive, this is the exclusive piece that you get, the exclusive hand where he has the stogie in his hand, and it's cool to have. The downside to the figure is that the figure does not have double jointed elbows. So and this is just how they designed the figure. So you can't really bring the hands close up to the mouth. But it's still okay, so you can still pose it and he'll still be holding the stogie. It's just that he can't hold it close, to the mouth. So here is a side-by-side comparison of Lobo. This is the Sideshow version of Superman. The only thing I did was I changed the head sculpt on him, but this is pretty much the same body. Nothing has changed about the Sideshow figure. And then this is the Sideshow Batman. So as you can see, even though this figure is fairly old, I believe this Superman came out quite a bit of time after him, it's still good as far as the scale is concerned. For me, it's kind of hard to determine just how much bigger Lobo is to Superman, because honestly, I've never really seen anything online where they're kind of really standing side by side. It's just whenever they're in battle, sometimes he looks bigger because he's standing over him, and then vice versa. So it's just hard to determine that. But in terms of, because these figures are all Sideshow and you can see the scale of it, I think this is a good scale in my opinion, because this is kind of like that alien figure, and sometimes there are characters that are larger than Superman that he has to fight. So I think this is a good representation of it, and therefore I think it's a good figure. But besides, he's supposed to be an alien just like he is. So coming from another planet, fitting the scale of that, I think it's really good. So so that's the overall height of the three, and I think it'll make for some good photos. So right now we're going to take time to show you some pictures that we took. I will take this time to thank you now for tuning into the channel. And subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate all of you who have subscribed to the channel, who have purchased our magazine, Toytography Magazine. If you have the time, I would say it'll be very beneficial to come and join our Facebook group at Toytography Magazine, where you can submit photos for your contests, and you can be able to converse with other like-minded toy photographers and things like that. So again, thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.